Hello, I am Tomiura from the Research Data Service Division in Kyushu University. So I would like to first explain about our approaches in Kyushu University in the research data universities here in our university. And then I will also like to talk about the challenges, which are not only our challenge, but which I believe could be common with other universities and institutes. So this introduces our initiatives at Kyushu University. Data policy, the exposition, and also faculty guidelines. I would like to talk about this area. In 2022 in August, Research Data Policy Working Group was established. The members included 2 people from our department, 1 from the library, also 3 experts from security, information law, and also intellectual property, and also 1 expert from art and humanities and 1 from science and engineering. So it was a working group consisting of 7-8 members to explore what the right policy should be for us. In the following year, March in 2023, the policy and also its exposition was released. Immediately after that, we created defined guidelines for the implementation of this policy. And also, we created samples for the science and engineering group. And at the researcher level this year, we have completed defining all the guidelines for implementation successfully. And next, I will talk about the educational material for literacy. So we created Hajimeyo Kenkyu Data, which is start management of research data. We created this educational management. So for undergraduates, graduates, and new junior researchers, we created this material to explain how to manage, store, and also disclose data. Last year in August, so from the Kyushu University Academic Information Repository, we released this both in PowerPoint and PDF. So some universities will use PowerPoint. They will update it and use it in a customized manner to fit their needs. In the Japanese version, this year, there were 27,000 downloads as of this July, so it is a very popular material. And also we have this other material. This is something that we previously made in the library. This is more about the daily activities of the research lab, insights from there. So some tips and hints how to make better effective management of information. So this is also for education. And this one is also released from our repository, QIR. From a different angle, I would like to introduce a different thing about our effort. It's about the infrastructure. QRDM, this is the Research Data Management Storage System. Last year in December, we started operation of this system. It mainly covers the main hot storage. It has 3 petabytes of effective volume, and we use Nextcloud to share areas to the users. Similarly, we have another storage at the same volume for natural disasters. As a backup, we have the sub-storage, which mirrors the main storage. And also additionally, we have a cold storage tape library system installed, which covers 6 petabytes. And every day at nighttime, we make incremental backup. And the key characteristic of this storage system, I would like to explain. All academic staff have accounts, are given accounts. We have around 2,500 staff, and everybody has access. And each academic staff has a up limit of 5 terabytes, which will exceed, when you do the calculation, 3 petabytes. But there are some people who use frequently, some do not. So per person, 5 terabyte is suffice so far. And for students, they will use the space that have been allocated to their academic staff, their teacher. Up to confidentiality level, sensitivity level 2, data can be stored and shared. Direct access is allowed only internally in the school, in the university, so it's very safe. So if there's private information included in, so as sensitive data, we have good management. But in that case, it might give restrictions to the usability. So we have Gakunin RDM, it's an NIRI provided infrastructure system for research data. So we connect to this system to allow access from outside the university. So in summary, basically only access is allowed only internally inside the university, but via Gakunin RDM, also access from outside is possible. So if you're on a business trip, or if the students are outside on a trip, they can still share data via Gakunin RDM. And also for what we do to support research data disclosure. So from legal perspectives, contractual perspective, also school rule, based on the school rules, we help them make this right decisions if the information can go open or not. Because each researcher does not have enough knowledge to make that decision. Us staff will support them. Well, also, our team does not necessarily have all the necessary knowledge. Sometimes we do seek advice from other experts, but we do the coordination. And the format of open information, how to disclose it, where, we also provide advice. Kyushu University's Academic Information Repository, QIR, is one of the options where the information can go open. And for the author's final version of the paper's support data can be also accepted. So we have 60 terabyte additional volume capacity added for this purpose. And also open information can be metadata only. So the data creator or the data owner will prepare storage for information for disclosure. And if metadata is used, it's easier to be searched and will be accessible for more users. So that's why we allow granting DOI. I have another one here. So this is not faculty activity, but it's more of our members, what they do outside of our group. So it is about the program for talent development to support research data management. So one of the co-hosts of this symposium, which is the Department of Library Science, they offer certifications of the course of this talent program. Please visit their Library Sciences website. You can find more information. It is a program for 1 year. last year, October, to this year, September, the first students took the course. We offered the class for 10 members. Actually, we received application and got 13 enrolled, and it's starting tomorrow, the second semester, with 23 students. So officially, so for 10, how could we accept 23? Well, we planned for 10. Well, we did accommodate them because it turned out that this course is very popular with students with desire to learn about this. And my last area, we have this inquiry service contact. On our faculty webpage, we created we prepared inquiry form. And so far, the types of inquiry received are about DMT, also about the management and implementation guideline of research data. When there are questions, they will come to us. Also, inquiries about where to store the data, questions related to the copyright of programs disclosed. So these are the type of questions that we have received through our website inquiry form so far. So I have introduced all our initiatives. And now, in preparation for the panel discussion after this, I would like to talk about the challenges we're facing. The policy related to managing and disclosing research data, and also for the implementation. How many of the academic staffs are aware of our policy and implementation guidelines? How far and deep do they understand? Because we have requested each department, faculty to be responsible for this, but not all of the members are directly engaged. Some members, some staff have very deep knowledge, and they do understand what the university is requiring, or what has to be done. But besides them, in their group, in their division, how much of this, our effort, our guidelines and policies have awareness is the question. We listened to 3 presentations today, and I would love to hear more opinions from them today, how they created awareness of the policy and the rules and approaches that have been defined, and also identifying good practices and externally communicating these could be one option to create awareness, I think. Jake's presentation in his presentation, he mentioned about making data available. So documentation is very important, how it's documented. But new students come in every year. And every time, teaching what the right way to document is a lot of effort, requires a lot of effort. So if there is like a rule or a guideline of this type of information should be documented in this way, I think collecting good practices, best practices, and communicating out would help as reference with a minimum effort. So that's something that we can approach immediately, and also how to store research data in long term. This is a very difficult question. In Japan, 10-year storage is the general rule. But is that under individuals' responsibility, or is it the university, or is it the faculty? Are we going to use the department's storage system? It also incurs budget and financial challenges. And if a staff or a teacher, a professor leaves the university, his or her research data or support data of the research has to be saved. But after the person leaves, usually, that person is not responsible or managing after retiring, wouldn't be taking care of the storage of the data. So the faculty or department will store the data and manage it for 10 years. Instead, being granted the ownership of the data, if that kind of agreement could be made with the retired staff, it could be one option. This is not like finalized yet, but that is considered as one of the options that we may pursue. There are other challenges as well, but these two that I just described are where I would appreciate advice or feedback from the other professionals today. Other challenges, for example, is making a huge investment for introducing a big system, but maintenance after introduction is not effective, then that is not good for managing data quality. So that's also a big challenge. Also, developing talent to support these efforts, and also hiring. So train the person, but there is no hiring slot to keep that person. That is another different problem. And also, how do we educate the students? That's another challenge. I think this is one of the most important and also effective areas that we could address. But today, again, I would like to focus on the first two topics, challenges that I described for our panel discussion. Thank you very much.